4,888 XRP. That's the number in question today. And if you're holding that amount, there's only one thing on your mind. What's it going to be worth by 2026? At the time of recording, XRP is priced at $2.95, with a market cap of approximately $185 billion. That means your 4,888 XRP is currently valued at around $14,422. But the real question is, could that $14,000 turn into $50,000, $100,000, or even more in the next bull run? Let's break it all down. The price potential, the latest updates surrounding Ripple and XRP in 2025, and what needs to happen for your holdings to reach their full potential. Let's start with the basic math. If XRP doubles from here to just under $6, your 4,888 XRP would be worth $28,844. A 3x jump pushing XRP to around $8.85 would bring your holdings to approximately $43,266. But that's just the beginning. A 10x surge would bring XRP to $29.50, meaning your 4,888 XRP would be worth a whopping $144,220. And if XRP achieves a 20x run, pushing it to nearly $59, you'd be looking at $288,440. But are these numbers actually realistic? To answer that, we need to look at Ripple's latest moves in 2025, the progress on XRP adoption, and how the broader crypto landscape is evolving. First off, let's understand what these price points mean in terms of market cap. At $2.95, XRP's current market cap is $185 billion. A 10x price increase would elevate the market cap to $1.85 trillion. A 20x rise would push XRP's market cap to $3.7 trillion. That's around 1.6 times higher than Bitcoin's current $2.3 trillion market cap. While not impossible, it would require global-scale adoption and massive institutional demand, making it more of a long-shot scenario than a near-term prediction. Now, what's happening with Ripple and XRP in 2025? Ripple continues its aggressive push in the cross-border payment sector, with its on-demand liquidity, ODL product, expanding into more regions. In 2025, Ripple has secured significant partnerships in Asia and Latin America, with several Tier 1 banks now testing or actively integrating ODL solutions. This is big because every ODL transaction utilizes XRP as a bridge currency. More ODL usage means more demand for XRP. Ripple has also been heavily involved in CBDC pilot programs. As of this year, they're collaborating with multiple governments to build the infrastructure for central bank digital currencies. While XRP itself isn't a CBDC, Ripple is positioning it as a potential interoperability layer between CBDCs. If even one or two major countries adopt this structure, the demand for XRP could explode. On the legal front, things have improved massively since the partial win against the SEC back in 2023. U.S. courts clarified that XRP is not a security when traded on public exchanges, and XRP is now relisted on Coinbase, Kraken, and other major platforms. Regulatory clarity in the U.S. has improved in 2025, which makes it safer for institutional investors to enter the XRP market. Meanwhile, RippleNet, Ripple's global financial network, continues to expand. Over 500 financial institutions are now connected, which puts Ripple on a direct collision course with SWIFT, the traditional banking system. If Ripple keeps chipping away at SWIFT's dominance, XRP becomes even more crucial as the bridge for fast, cheap, cross-border payments. So, what needs to happen for XRP to realistically hit prices like $10, $20, or even $30 by 2026? First, ODL adoption must continue to grow. More banks and payment processors need to integrate Ripple's technology. Every time ODL is used, XRP is used, creating non-speculative organic demand. Second, the CBDC narrative needs to move from pilot to production. If Ripple's central bank partnerships turn into live infrastructure, and XRP is selected as the default bridge asset, we could see sustained institutional scale volume. Third, the broader crypto bull cycle must play out. If Bitcoin surges past $100,000 and Ethereum hits $10,000, capital will flood into large-cap altcoins like XRP. Combined with XRP's real-world utility, this could push prices to levels we haven't seen before. Let's also talk about competition. Stellar, XLM, is still XRP's main rival in the cross-border payments sector, but it hasn't attracted the same institutional traction. Ripple's legal clarity, regulatory focus, and expanding partnerships give it an edge in 2025. Now, let's break down realistic valuation scenarios for your 4,888 XRP by 2026. In a bearish case where adoption is slow and market sentiment is weak, XRP could land between $4 and $6. Your holdings would then be worth $19,552 to $29,328. In a moderate scenario, where adoption grows and the market enters a healthy bull cycle, XRP could reach $10 to $15, meaning your holdings would be worth $48,880 to $73,320. In a bullish scenario, with mass ODL usage, growing CBDC partnerships, and a strong market, XRP could reach $20 to $30, valuing your stack at $97,760 to $146,640. And in the moonshot case, where everything aligns perfectly, Ripple overtakes Swift, and XRP becomes the global bridge for digital currencies, a price of $50 could be possible. That would put your 4,888 XRP at an incredible $244,400. Also, don't overlook the XRP ledger's evolution. In 2025, more developers are building DeFi protocols, NFT platforms, and tokenized assets on the XRPL. This expands XRP's utility beyond payments, which could fuel additional long-term growth. Staking, yield generation, and DeFi use cases are also expanding. If more users choose to lock up their XRP, supply tightens, another catalyst for price appreciation. Ripple's treasury strategy is also worth watching. They hold a large supply of XRP, and how they use it, for partnerships, ecosystem support, or liquidity, will directly influence price action and investor sentiment. Finally, once XRP breaks major psychological price levels like $10, retail FOMO and media coverage could drive a momentum surge, similar to Ethereum at $1,000 and $2,000. So, is holding 4,888 XRP through 2026 worth it? If you believe in Ripple's roadmap, the increasing institutional interest, and the utility-driven future of crypto, the answer could very well be yes. Let me know in the comments, how much XRP are you holding, and what's your personal price target for 2026? Drop your predictions down below, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and stick around for more in-depth crypto analysis and altcoin forecasts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.